thank God this has arrived. Hopefully this video will be a little bit better film-wise than yesterday's. Yesterday's challenge is out. I hope you enjoyed it. I haven't actually currently uploaded it yet, so I haven't heard your feedback from it yet, so that won't be incorporated into this video. But having done yesterday's challenge, I learned quite a lot of things on my own anyway. There were mistakes, there were things that I want to do better, and that's the whole point of this. It's just for me to get better and better and hopefully deliver content that you guys really enjoy. Today I want to do a completely different challenge. Yesterday's video I did a production challenge where I tried to create a drop in the style of producer Muramasa. Today I really want to practice my singing, so I'm going to be doing a cover of a song that I really enjoy. Although I've been in singing groups like Out of the Blue and I sing in Jack and Joel, I often don't get the chance to properly focus on my solo singing voice. So it might not be spectacular today, but I think with practice, hopefully I can improve on it. And you can give me some tips in the comment section below if you have ideas of how I could improve my voice. The song that I'm going to be doing is a Bon Iver song called 29 #Stratford capital APTS. Bizarre name, not really a clue what's going on there, but it's a beautiful, beautiful song. So check out the original if you'd like to before you hear me cover it today. I think it's time to get this guitar tuned up and jump straight in. Beautiful. I've done a little bit of practicing and the words don't really make much logical sense, and I'm pretty bad with lyrics as it is. So I think I'm going to print out the lyrics, and there are no promises that I won't be looking at the lyrics even in the final video today. So be right back, let me get those words. Print! Woo! Do you remember what I said about words last episode? Well, yeah, look at these.
Sharing smoke in the stare-up of the hot car lot. Sunshine hard on the video spot.
So time to get these chords worked out and start practicing. In the air, in the stare-up of the hot car lot. Sure as any living dream. Hold an empty robe enough, it's rolling up, you're holding up your fabric now, off the page. It's time to watch back some of my practice just now, and it's terrifying watching back what you've practiced because everyone hates the sound of their own voice. It's a very natural response. It's really important to do it though. You need to see what sort of vowel sounds you're saying, where you might be closing your throat and not relaxing properly. These are all things that you can only find out properly when you listen back to yourself. I just did the listening back. I was fairly pleased with a lot of things that I've been doing with this piece. I'm really proud that I'm singing in my own accent for a start. There were moments in it when I looked back that I would try and change into a sort of Americanized type thing. For me, I always find it really important that if you're going to find your unique voice, then you may as well sing somewhat how you talk. Now you do have to be careful with that because some of the way that I pronounce words just isn't phonetically pleasing in a singing voice. So I've got to identify those moments and maybe twinge it towards that Americanized style, just so that it's pleasing to listen to the general ear. There were moments where I was consistently going flat at parts, and I think that I was just overlooking the fact or thought that I'd correct it later. So I think what I'm going to do now is look over those parts that I wasn't quite reaching quite up to the middle of the note and get them locked in so that when I do the full take, I won't have any struggles with it. Paramount. Da, 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 da. So I've ironed out a lot of the problems now, but I find that I'm quite a big perfectionist, particularly with pitch. I haven't got complete control of my voice though, and I often find that I can hear myself singing out of tune, but it's just that bit too late to properly correct it, and it feels like I'm always either slightly overshooting or slightly under hitting notes and having to adapt to get it into the right place, which does annoy me, but I'm gonna have to put that annoyance aside for this and just perform a full take and hopefully produce something that overall I'm pretty pleased with. Right, set up, it's recording. Let's see if I can get this camera in the right position. This is quite hard to do on my own. Right, let's one take pony this baby. So I just finished the take. It was about 4 or 5 takes in the end, just because there were some technical issues at the beginning. I didn't get a perfect take, but I'm not too bothered about that. That's not necessarily the point of these challenges. It's kind of to push myself to be productive and to make sure I get something done. So, you know, I capped it at about 5 takes. I've got a take that I'm pretty happy with, and I've listened back to it. And actually, it's more the guitar playing that's let me down in this one particularly. Just not much coordination between voice and hands, and I think that has a bit to do with my wrist, but also I'm playing in a chord position that I'm not that used to playing in. So it turns out I need some more practice in that, and at least I've been able to identify that from this. Now I'm going to mix the whole track, and you'll shortly be listening to it. Mix is finished. Let's bounce it down and have a listen. Sharing smoke in the stirrup of the hog car lot. Sunshine hard on the video spot. Sure as any living dream, it's not all than what it seems. The whole thing's hold away. A woman empty robing off, you're rolling up, you're holding it, your fabric now. Paramine, paramine. Fold the map, mend the gap, and I toe the word companion. And I make myself escape all the multitude of other, and it comes always off the page. I hold the note you wrote, you know, you buried all your alimony butterflies. Some That was the track, and I do hope you enjoyed it. I'm pretty pleased with it, but there were some things that really stuck out to me. Firstly, the way I recorded the guitar, the pickup on the actual guitar isn't very good, and it had a really specific, every time I tapped the guitar, it had this big rattle, which you'll probably hear in the track. Maybe you didn't hear the first time, but if you have a look back, you'll hear a really sharp sound, which I could not edit out, unfortunately. I have learnt it for next time that I'd need to mic up my guitar separately and probably not use a direct input for my semi-acoustic guitar. That's the point of these challenges. I want to test myself. I'm not always going to be making a very good product. You know, some days it'll be rubbish. But that's the idea of all of this. Just so you know also, this might not be happening every single day. It's just on the days that I do get some free time, I'm going to set myself a creative challenge. Or more importantly, you can set me a creative challenge. So please comment down below if you have some ideas or some feedback from this video or any questions you'd like to ask me. And finally, please subscribe to this channel if you've enjoyed the content so far. Magnum time! Woo!